Hey guys, EBPMAN here with tablets for me. And it's been now 24 hours since I did the first unboxing and my initial setup and review of the LGUrbane second edition LTE version. And now that I've been using it for a day, I wanted to share my experience with you just so that you know what you can expect, what works, and what doesn't. So let's dive right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is look and feel. I have to say, and I said this in my opening video, that I really love the look and feel of this watch. Even though it has a very tough rubbery band, this band is a stiff band, it is very comfortable to wear. I wore it all day. I didn't have any problems wearing it. I didn't feel that there was any fatigue because of it. It did not hurt my wrist. It felt like I was wearing a normal watch. Also, the overall bezel, again, overall treatment, I just can't say enough. Great looking watch. The call quality, I'll go through call quality so you guys can hear the call quality. So I'll switch mics in a second. But from a call quality, the person on the other side, I made several calls and no one knew I was on my wrist. Everyone, even there were several occasions where I switched from my normal phone, having a Plantronics headset, and then switched back to the watch, and they told me, one, I sounded louder. Two, I sounded clearer than using my headset. And I have a noise canceling headset. Actually, I have it on right now. So this is what I was using. I was using this guy right here. So some of you may use this. This is a really good headset, I find, and people still felt that the watch did a better job. Battery life. So let's talk about battery life. I unplugged the watch at 7 this morning, full charge, and at 10:17, because I was keeping a log, the phone had 98% battery life. 98% battery life at 10:17, and I was in cellular mode throughout all this time. So I wasn't connected Bluetooth. I was using it as an independent device, and it did a phenomenal job keeping an LTE connection. And I was just using it as a wristwatch. If I got a text message or if I got anything that was going directly to this watch's number, it was something that would show up. Now, I was in an area that I went down to southern Illinois. I'm in the Illinois area in the Midwest. And any of you who have traveled down southern Illinois, you'll find that there is some really bad cell connection, especially if you're going really down south. So I went to a basketball, actually not a basketball, a football game. And so I was in areas where I was getting maybe one XRT type connectivities, and when you're getting to that level, it does put stress on your cell phone radio, and your radio or your cell phone tends to use up more juice much faster. So just to give you a sense of where I am, so now 13 hours later, let's go up. So 56% battery, 56% battery. And that is 13 hours later. I did light usage of the watch, turning it on to see the time. I made a few phone calls, 2 to 5 minutes at tops. I received a few text messages. I didn't use this as my primary calling device because I don't think the battery is going to survive that long. But to have that kind of battery life still, without charging it and having casual usage, I think it's pretty good as I compare it to some of the other smartwatches I have. The screen is absolutely stunning. I find that it was very easy to read outside. I didn't have any issues at all, looking at any of the details, and you can see how easily it is to read. It really is a gorgeous screen. I think one of the best screens I've seen out there as I compare it to the Apple Watch, and looking at the pixel density and the resolution is higher than all the other watches in this class. Keep in mind that I'm not talking about cellular class, but the AndroidWear class. The overall, I would say, experience is a good one, and I'm kind of hesitating now because I want to talk about some of the things that I did not like or things that were lacking. First of all, okay, so I've seen a lot of questions on this. I have a Bluetooth headset, and it doesn't work. You cannot use a Bluetooth headset to make phone calls. You heard that right. You cannot use a Bluetooth headset to make phone calls. You can use a Bluetooth headset to listen to music and only music. So that makes me feel like AndroidWear, this version is, and with the cellular capabilities, it feels like it was somewhat rushed. I don't want to say that this is bad on LG because LG has created some fantastic hardware. However, the software feels very, very unfinished. So I can listen to music, but I can't take phone calls. I can't make phone calls. I can't use the headset for Google Voice, which makes it really difficult to compare this to even something like this. So here is my my Gear. I'll move this out of the way. Here's my Gear S, and I will have on the channel the Gear S2. But with this guy, I can pair it. I can listen to it. I can use the S voice. No problems. With this guy, I can't. But again, I think it's more an issue with the software. It has GPS capabilities, but once again, you really can't leverage it because it's looking for the phone constantly. So you really can't use Google Maps. You really can't use all of the software is connected only. That is not the case with this watch. So those of you who are out there who are maybe Tizen haters, I have to tell you, Tizen works pretty well in the areas that AndroidWear is failing miserably. Runkeeper, there were some questions on the channel about Runkeeper. Can you run Runkeeper? And the answer is yes, and I'll find Runkeeper on here. So I tried a couple things. I tried here. When you launch it, nothing happens because it's looking for the phone app. And then you have when you launch Runkeeper, and the same thing happens with Google Maps. You just can't use it. When you launch Runkeeper, if you have a Bluetooth connection, it's going to open the app on your phone or your tablet, because you can pair this with an Android tablet, but it cannot run independently. It stops. The only program that you can use, let me go to the app really quick. The only program that you can use independently on its own is, let's put this back on camera, is the LG Health. All right. So if I go into the LG Health and I click on it right here, and I choose the running app here, I am going to get this app. This app will work, and this app will work independently, but Runkeeper doesn't. And I am a Runkeeper fan, as many of you are, and it's very disappointing that it doesn't work. There's no streaming. You cannot use this to stream. Even if you have a data plan, you cannot stream. That also is something that just drives me nuts because it's an independent device. I should be able to stream. So you cannot stream any kind of music down outside of anything that is stored on the device or something that's coming from your phone. So compared to the Gear S and the Gear S2, and I may get hate comments about this, but I have to say, being very objective of the two devices, this device being the first generation of the cellular devices that Samsung put out feels more complete than this device. Not from a hardware perspective. Again, I want to differentiate that. From a software perspective, this feels more mature than this does. And I can't wait to get my hands on the Gear S2. So those are some of the things that I was able to observe over the last 24 hours. Again, I still, I want to love this watch because it feels so great on my wrist. But the software, come on, Google. What are you doing? When are you going to get your act together and really address on some of the limitations? It just feels that it was rushed. So once again, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions about the watch, I'll continue to make update videos as I have updates, or I'll try to answer them in the channel itself. But once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.